There's a strange moment that happens in a woman's life, usually somewhere between the first serious breakup and the realization that no one actually knows what they're doing. You look around at your job, your bank account, your situationship, the laundry pile that has officially become a chair, and you think, this cannot possibly be the final draft of my life. But reality has a way of sitting on your chest like a very practical roommate. Reality says, you can't afford that. He's not that into you. You should be grateful for what you have. Maybe this is just how things are. And somewhere along the way, many of us learn that being a good woman means being realistic, reasonable, practical, grounded. But I started wondering something recently. If every woman who has ever built an extraordinary life had listened to reality, would she have ever started? Would she have applied for the job she wasn't qualified for, moved to the city she couldn't afford, fallen in love with someone who seemed completely out of her league? Or, and stay with me here, does everything we want begin the moment we stop treating reality like the final authority? Because tonight, we're talking about a slightly rebellious idea. The possibility that ignoring reality, just a little bit, might be the very thing that gets you everything you want. And if you stay with me, by the end of this video, you'll understand why the version of reality you're living in might not actually be fixed, why women who get what they want often have a slightly delusional relationship with possibility, and how you can start shifting your inner narrative in a way that quietly changes the entire trajectory of your life, not by forcing it, but by rewriting the story you're living inside. Somewhere in our 20s, we get handed an invisible rule book. It says things like, don't expect too much, don't get your hopes up, don't be naive, and the sneakiest one of all, be realistic. But here's the thing no one tells you. Reality is not a fixed landscape. It's a moving one. Reality is shaped by belief, behavior, opportunity, timing, courage, and 100 invisible factors that shift constantly. In other words, the version of reality you're looking at today is not the final version. It's simply the one you're currently participating in. Which brings us to the slightly scandalous secret behind manifesting. Because manifesting, when you strip away the internet buzzwords and vision boards, it's essentially this: choosing to believe in a future reality that doesn't exist yet, and acting from that belief anyway. Not because you're ignoring facts, but because you understand something powerful. All new realities begin as impossible ones. Every promotion, every relationship, every dream apartment, every business. At one point, none of it existed. Have you ever noticed something about the woman who seems to get exactly what they want? They're not always the smartest. They're not always the most qualified. But they do have one suspicious trait. They assume things will work out for them. They walk into rooms like opportunities belong to them. They apply for jobs they're only 60% qualified for. They flirt with men they actually like. They start businesses before they feel ready. And I used to wonder, is that confidence, or is it just a very charming form of delusion? Because the truth is, a little delusion can be incredibly productive. When you believe something good is possible, you behave differently. You speak differently. You show up differently. You take chances you would have talked yourself out of. And those small shifts change what reality can give back to you. So in a way, ignoring reality isn't about pretending your life is perfect. It's about refusing to let your current circumstances dictate your future identity. You are not required to emotionally invest in a life you don't want. Here's another quiet truth. Many of the things we call reality are simply patterns. The same thoughts, the same fears, the same stories we've been telling ourselves for years. I'm bad with money. I always pick the wrong guy. Opportunities never work out for me. I'm just not that kind of person. But these beliefs aren't facts, they're narratives, and narratives can be rewritten. Which is why journaling is so powerful. Because when you write things down, you get to see the stories you've been living inside. And sometimes you realize they're outdated. Before we go deeper, grab your journal and your pen. Or if you're walking, driving, or folding laundry right now, just carry these questions with you. Let them sit in the background of your mind. Let them gently challenge the version of reality you've been operating inside. Because the goal today isn't to escape reality, it's to expand it. Where in my life have I been treating my current circumstances like permanent facts? If I believed things were actually going to work out for me, what would I do differently this year? What version of myself already exists in the life that I want? What small delusional belief could I choose to hold this month? Ignoring reality doesn't mean ignoring responsibility. You still pay your bills, you still show up for work, you still care of yourself. But emotionally, you stop worshiping the current version of your life like it's the final one. You start relating to your circumstances like they're temporary, because most things are. Jobs change, cities change, and people change. Opportunities appear when you finally decide you're ready for them. And sometimes the biggest shift happens when a woman quietly decides, maybe my life could be bigger than the evidence suggests. There's a version of you somewhere in the future. She has the life you're currently dreaming about, the relationship, the confidence, and the sense of ease. And I suspect something about her. She didn't wait for reality to prove it was possible. She believed in it first. If this video resonated with you, save it. Come back to these prompts when you feel stuck in the version of reality that doesn't feel like yours anymore. And I want to hear from you in the comments. What's one delusional belief you're choosing to hold right now? Something small or something hopeful. Something that opens the door to a new possibility. And if you're building a journal habit with me here at the Better page, I'm really glad you're here. Because sometimes the life you want doesn't start with the big decision, it starts with a single page.